Claude Code tells you how much of session limit has been used, but it doesn't tell you where it has been used. This plugin changes everything. Every Claude session, every prompt, every tool call, every command, and every token usage, all searchable. Setup takes only 5 minutes, needs 2 commands, and you don't touch your code. Here's how. Before we install anything, it's worth knowing that this data already exists on your machine. Claude Code writes every session to a disk inside .claude/projects directory. One file per session in JSON-L format. Every tool call, every token count is already there. The problem is nobody will be able to read this a single session in a few thousand lines of it, and your eyes just light straight off. So this is not about collecting a new data, it is about making a data you already have in readable format. First you need a langfuse account because this is where the traces were sent. The free account is not asking for the card and it gives the 50,000 units a month, which is plenty for this. Once you sign up, create a new project inside this, give the name whatever you like. It will give the details like creating the new API key. Note the secret key and the public key. Also note this langfuse base URL. Now let's move to the Claude setup. Before we set up anything, it's worth noting the UV should be available in the path. So make sure UV--- version is giving the proper output. Once that is available, add this langfuse Claude-Observability-Plugin marketplace by giving this command. Once the marketplace is added, we need to install a plugin by providing the other command. Once the plugin is installed, we open a Claude as usual. Then we need to provide a third command, which is plugin, to configure this plugin. Over here, we need to pass secret key, public key, and the base URL, which were provided at the start. So copy the secret key, paste it here, similar for the public key also. Make sure to provide the base URL as the correct. It may happen the EU is selected, EU region has been selected for the sign up. In that case, it will be https cloud.langfuse.com. Once this is provided, save the configuration, reload the plugins, and we are all done. Once the setup is done, use Claude as usual. Let me ask something in my personal project. I want to add a new functionality for my personal project, which is Stock Researcher. I have implemented a sector rotation graph. I need to implement a new functionality where whatever the sectors which are currently leading or improving, I need to find the stocks which are playing the major role in that. Let's see. Once the Claude completes its run, I'm fast forwarding this run. Once this run is completed, the stop hook will be called and it will be pushed to langfuse where we can see the traces. The conversation has been completed. Claude has implemented the requirement by using the different tools. Let's see in the langfuse we got the traces or not. Let's refresh the page. Yes, over here we can see all these spans. If you go over here into the sessions, in the sessions you will be seeing the session ID, which is the current run what we have ran on the Claude Code. I can see the input tokens were nearly 1 million, whereas the output tokens are 13,000. It costs 0.49 USD. If I click on the session, I can see the full details, like the user has asked for this requirement, and then the assistant has kind of come up with to use these bash tools, like read these files and all those stuff, right? These are all the conversational turns. So currently I have done the single conversation. So if you go to the tracing over here, make sure to select only the span So let me deselect this generation and the tool. So I can see this span conversational turn, Claude Code turn 1 as a trace name. If I click this, I will get the full detailed view, like how the Claude has kind of come up with this requirement output, like what all are the tools Claude has used. Let's say the read tool. If you click over here, it will go like what has been read. So app.py code has been read. Then the edit tool has been called, like what was the old string and the new string. So this is exactly the details that we need to see, and we need to evaluate that Claude is not making the unnecessary calls, and is the scales or the other tools, like currently I'm using the RTK also for testing, are those saving the tokens or not. And that's it. You now have a observability for Claude Code with langfuse. All the commands and documentation are in the description and the pinned comment. If you have any further questions, drop them in the comments.